Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode is going to be titled, The Cost of Sharing and How People Use Information Against You. As I get older, one thing has become painfully clear to me. The more you share with people, the more they will eventually use it against you. And I don't mean that in a paranoid, trust no one kind of way. I mean it in the sense that I've learned this lesson the hard way, more than once. You want to believe people are good. You want to believe that when you open up, they'll treat that vulnerability with care. But a lot of the time, they don't. Let me give you a very real example. You're in a group chat. It could be a work thing, a hobby group, or just a bunch of people you met online. Everyone's joking around, having fun, getting to know each other. The vibe feels good. You start to feel comfortable, maybe even safe. You like these people, or at least you think you do. Then someone asks, "Hey, what do you actually look like?" Or maybe you just decide to update your profile picture so everyone can put a face to the name, so you oblige. You send a photo. Nothing risque, just a normal picture of your face. At first everything seems fine, but then you notice something. People start saving your picture. Maybe one person in particular. Someone who joined later, who wasn't even there when you first shared it. They see your photo sitting in the chat history, and they save it to their phone. You don't think much of it. Until one day, you upset them. Maybe you disagreed with them in an argument. Maybe you called them out on something. Maybe they're just having a bad day and taking it out on you. Suddenly, that photo you shared in good faith gets sent back into the group, edited, cropped, or memed to make you look stupid. They might add text over your face calling you ugly, or share it in another chat to mock you behind your back. And here's the thing. People love doing this. They love jumping on any opportunity to use something you sent them, whether it's a photo, a personal story, a fear you confessed, or even just a joke you made, and twist it into a weapon. They do it when they're angry at you. They do it when they're bored. Sometimes they do it immediately after you send it, pretending to laugh with you while actually laughing at you. It's a sad world we live in where people will always find a way to turn your trust into their ammunition. That's why I've become extremely selective about who I show certain pictures of myself to, especially online. Because when you're behind a screen, you never truly know who's on the other side. Someone can act like your friend for months. They can pretend to care about your day, your struggles, your life. But if they've never seen your face before, and you finally send them a photo, that first reaction tells you everything. And sometimes, that reaction is mockery, or silence, or worse, they save it and say nothing, waiting for the right moment to use it against you. Sending a picture to someone who's never seen you before is always a gamble. Every single time. And all you can really do is take that chance and hope for the best. But my honest advice, don't share with a group. Not at first. Not until you really know the people in it. Because here's the problem with groups. You can't control who's in there. A lot of the time it's full of strangers, lurkers, or people who joined through someone else. You don't know their intentions. You don't know if they're screenshotting everything. And these days, everyone has the ability to save pictures instantly. Once you share something online, you lose control over it completely. It's no longer yours. It's out there, living on someone else's phone, waiting to be used. That's also why I think it's risky to use your real face as your profile picture on social media. People will use that against you too, not just to mock you, but to identify you. I've seen it happen. Someone posts a harmless selfie, and next thing you know, strangers have found their workplace, their address, their family members. People will do horrible things with just a face and a little free time. They'll dox you, harass you, send threatening messages, or post your photo in humiliating contexts. It sounds extreme until it happens to you or someone you know. And it's not just online. This happens in real life, too. You become a regular at a local bar or restaurant. You get to know the bartender, the waitstaff, the owner. You share little things about yourself over time. Your job, your relationship struggles, your health, your fears. You think you're building a friendship. But then one day, there's a misunderstanding. Maybe they get your order wrong and you politely say something. Maybe you don't tip as much as usual because money is tight. Suddenly, they bring up something personal you told them weeks ago, using it to embarrass you or win an argument. Or think about coworkers. You become friends with someone at the office. You carpool together, eat lunch together, complain about the boss together. You trust them. Then promotion season comes around, and suddenly that story you told them about your anxiety or your past mistake gets repeated to the manager. Out of context, twisted, made to look like you're unstable or unreliable. Even friends and family aren't always safe. How many times have you shared something in confidence, only to have it brought up at the worst possible moment during a fight? Oh yeah? Well, what about that thing you told me last month? We've all been there. So yes, trusting people is always a gamble. Every relationship, online or offline, comes with risk. Sometimes you choose right. You find people who hold your vulnerability like something precious. But sometimes the people you least expect are the ones who betray you. The quiet friend. The one who always laughed at your jokes. The person who said, "You can tell me anything." And that's what makes it so painful. Because if it was just obvious jerks, you'd never share with them in the first place. It's the ones who seem safe that hurt the most. But here's what I've learned after all of this. When someone uses your vulnerability against you, they are showing you exactly who they are. Full stop. Someone who genuinely cares about you would never do that. Ever. Not in anger, not as a joke, not to win an argument. People who do that are not worth your time, your energy, or your tears. And I know it's tempting to get revenge. I know you want to hurt them back, expose them, make them feel as small as they made you feel. But here's the truth. Fighting back just makes you look just as bad. And honestly, it makes you look insecure. It tells them that their opinion mattered enough to fight over. It gives them exactly what they wanted, a reaction. Instead, let them be the one who looks like the jerk. If it's just one person mocking your photo in a group chat while everyone else sits there in awkward silence, trust me, they end up looking like the problem. Not you. Let them dig their own hole. Let their own behavior speak for them. Because here's the thing. Their opinions don't matter. What they say doesn't define you. The right people, the real ones, will see what happened and think less of them, not you. And if no one says anything, if the whole group joins in or stays silent, then you've learned something valuable about all of them, and it's time to find a new group. At the end of the day, all we can really do is try to trust people who seem trustworthy, take small risks, and see what happens. Share a little, not everything. Test the waters before you dive in. And if someone betrays that trust, don't get even. Just walk away. Let them expose who they are. Because someone who uses your kindness as a weapon was never your friend to begin with. And honestly, that's their loss, not yours. This concludes this episode of the Moores October Rants. Thank you for listening. Signing out. Goodbye for now.